Welcome to the G.L.O.E podcast, where we talk all things God, life, the ups and downs, organization, because chaos is not cute, and entrepreneurship, aka chasing those dreams. Here, we glow boldly and live purposefully. I'm your host, Angel, and around here, we keep it real, mixing faith, strategy, and a few laughs along the way. Whether you're trying to get your business together, organize your life, or just need a little motivation, you're in the right place. If you've been hanging around for a while, welcome back, and I hope you bought a friend. If you're new here, welcome. Get comfy and stay a while. Today, we are talking about taking a step backwards or a step forward. A few episodes ago, on episode number 136, I talked about redefining the vision. And my vision keeps getting redefined. And you know what, y'all? I'm here for it. So in 2024, and I know that I have never told you all about this because I was honestly waiting for the right time to share this story. And I feel like now is the right time. So I made a very bold decision. The decision was to quit my job of 5 years, a stable full-time job with benefits, security, and a routine, all things that I thrive on. Um, but it all sounds great, right? Like, okay, cool. But I had my reasons for leaving. I had prayed about it. I had talked to God about it. I had gone back and forth about it. And he had even told me when I was supposed to do it. And y'all know why I actually quit on the day that God had told me that I was supposed to leave on. Well, I'm sorry. I had actually told them that my last day would be the day that God had told me would be my last day. But then I took it back because I second guessed it all and I took it back. And then a series of events and stuff just started happening to the point where it was like, okay, no, you have to quit. And that's one thing about God. Like, when you are in a situation or something that you need to get out of, He is going to make you uncomfortable. He's going to make you so uncomfortable to the point that you have to get out of there. And that's kind of what ended up happening. Like, I backtrack on what he told me the game plan was, and I pulled it back because I got scared and I got nervous about it, and I started second guessing myself and letting everybody get into my head. Um so I left. I said I had my reasons. I also had a plan, or at least I thought that I had a plan. Not working full time meant that I had more time to focus on growing my podcast and getting clients for my business. I was ready to be a full time podcast host and business owner because I just knew that deep down, this is what I was called to do. It was what I was supposed to be doing. But y'all, I struggled badly. I was putting out calls for sponsors, and people would tell me that they were interested in sponsoring an episode, and then I'd never hear back from them. I was getting so tired of hearing the word consistency. Like, I was just over that word. I still kind of am over that word, and I really hope that I have not used it in an episode. I think I may have actually used it a couple episodes ago, but I'm still over it. Just because I used it doesn't mean that I'm not over it. Um, but I was just honestly, I wasn't sure like how much more consistent I could be. I was not getting any clients despite promoting myself, people referring me to other people, and just doing all the things that you're supposed to do. And when I first started my podcast, my plan was actually not to even monetize it. It was just something that I had been wanting to do for years and had kept putting it off, and finally got the guts to do it. But like so many of my other hobbies, it turned into more, which means that I began to expect more out of it. And I wanted to become something that would provide for my family, provide for me, something I could build a life and a career around. And when it didn't come, I started getting frustrated. And y'all know me, I wanted to quit, but I didn't. Okay, again, y'all know me. So actually I did, but then I got right back to it. Something in me just would not let it go no matter how much I tried. And after a lot of prayer, a lot of reflection, and a lot of staff meetings with myself, because as you all know, I am the staff. I decided to take I decided to step back into working full time. And honestly, I could not be more excited. So does this mean that I've given up on my vision? Absolutely not. It just means that my vision has shifted and it doesn't look like what I originally envisioned. But I'm choosing stability for myself and for my family. And this is me understanding and realizing that I have to refill my cup before I can pour from it again. I know this may rub a lot of small business owners the wrong way, because a lot of small business owners, they look at it as you're supposed to grind into the business, hit 6 or 7 figures, and if you're not grinding, then you're not doing something right. If you go back to work full time after, leaving to run your business full time, then you're taking a step back. But I don't look at it like that. Instead of looking at it as a step back, I actually look at it as a step forward. It's a step towards sustainability, a step towards clarity, a step towards making sure that my family and I are good. Because a podcast, it needs funds. Marketing, you have to pay for that. And I don't like doing it. I'm not good at it. It is not my wheelhouse. So my marketing sucks. Businesses take time and energy and resources. And also, my family and I, we like to travel. We like to eat out because I am over my cooking phase. I have an online shopping habit, and I really need my bank account to match all the habits that I have. So, y'all, delay is not denial, and redirection is not rejection. Like, while going back to work full time may slow things down, it will not stop my glow. If you feel like you're going backwards, whether it's going back to work, moving in with family, pausing a business, or changing directions, like, let's be clear. If it brings you closer to peace, it's not a step back. If it strengthens your foundation, it is not a step back. If it helps you see clear, it is not a self if it helps you see clear, it is not a step back. A shift is not a failure. And we have to stop looking at everything as a failure. Like sometimes you have to take a step back to take a step forward. And the way that you look at it determines what the outcome is. If you want to look at it as a negative thing, then that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a negative thing. If you want to look at going back into the workforce after your business wasn't doing as successfully as it was, then you can look at it as a negative thing. Or you can look at it how I'm looking at it as, well, now I get my good benefits back. Woohoo for that. This allows me to be able to put money into my business by saving up funds to be able to afford marketing, to be able to afford someone to edit on a regular basis, to be able to afford all those things in my business that I would like to be able to do. This means that my family can go on more trips, or heck, I can take a solo trip if I want to. It means so many things, so moving, if you have to move back in with your family, with the family member, like, look at the bright side of it. Now, maybe instead of spending $2,000 a month in rent, because I've heard that rent is very expensive, maybe now you're only spending $900 a month in rent and utilities and all of that. So that's money that you can be saving. Or maybe they're not charging you anything to move back in with them. There's like, hey, get on your feet, help out when you can, but get on your feet. Look at it as an opportunity to save money and to work on your dreams and what it is. So find a way to make something that other people would see as a negative into a positive. If you have to take a step backwards, as they say, go for it. Do what's going to work out for you and what's going to help you. Until next time, continue to glow boldly and live purposefully. Are you loving the Modco podcast? Head over to Apple Podcasts and leave a 5-star rating and review. This helps others to find the show and gets the show listed in the recommendations section. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the episode and that you're able to gain something from it. Talk to you next time. Thank you to Chris Leonard for the music for this week's episode.